I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this happen. You're going down, Hedora. Yes, I will fight Hedora. Yeah, we're back. We've got another one of these. Godzilla, monster of monsters. I'm punching Hedora in the face. It's all as it should be with the world. Holy crap. Come on, Hedora. You're supposed to spit these giant balls of debris at me. This is like the easiest battle You can't be this easy to beat. You can't. Look at this. Look at this. This isn't even fair. It's not even fun. I can't believe she gave me that much trouble the first time. She just decides sometimes, like, nah, I'm not gonna shoot the fireballs at you. Or the whatever they are. Pollution balls. It's like popcorn balls, but suckier. Oh, this guy. This guy. We do not like this guy. We are not friends with him, okay? Nobody talk to him in the hallway. Don't sit with him at lunch. He's a little punk. Anyway, yeah, I'm back. I'm back after like 3 weeks of not playing this game. I'm sure all 3 of you were like terrified. Why didn't you come back and play Godzilla Monsters of Monsters? Well, as it turns out, as I mentioned last time, I became a father for the second time. Almost identical to the first time, as far as the process goes. You know, they cut the wife open, they yank the baby out, they put all her entrails in a bucket, they sew her back up. The modern miracle of childbirth. And there's like all the afterward stuff that's really difficult. Like the birthing part, all the stuff we give all the big significance to is not really that big of a deal, right? Like the giving birth, no big deal. You can handle that. Anybody can handle, you know, I mean, unless you die. It's a super traumatic experience for her and for you. But, you know, oh, come on, Baragon, I hate you. You know, you make it through, right? It's okay. But then you have the afterwards, and now we have 2 kids. And so, like, the 2-year-old who used to rule the roost, sort of, more or less, now he's upset because, of course, the newborn wants the boob all the time, which means mommy has to be hanging out with the newborn all the time, and he is, the 2-year-old, mad that he doesn't get to hang out with mommy. When only during the times when the newborn's hanging out with mommy. Like other times he'll be fine to hang out with daddy. As soon as he gets back there and he gets wind that there's some breastfeeding going on, holy crap, he's like, no, mommy, 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 hang out with me. It's not very cool. Mogura, can't we just all agree that you suck? You're not gonna win, right? Like, there's no way you're gonna win. It's just pathetic. Are you seriously doing this to me? Yeah, you're not doing it to me. Back off, buddy. Mothra could have took you. I just felt sorry. Speaking of, though, I am gonna back up and, like, try to get some health, because holy crap. I'm not losing this one. I've got 1 monster left to defeat, and I'm gonna beat him. Boosh! 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 So yeah, that's fatherhood in a nutshell. Putting up with a needy 2-year-old and helping my wife deal with the needy newborn. Everybody be needy. Baragon thought that... Oh yes! Back off, Baragon! You suck! Alright, so now all I have to do is get through this without dying with Godzilla. It was pretty sweet. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. I haven't played this game, like, at all. Like, I didn't even play it for fun in the time that I was gone. I kind of missed it. I kept thinking, I'm going to play that game. And I was like, I should really record another Let's Play. And then I wasn't recording a Let's Play because I was super tired. I mean, you don't get to whine when you're the dad because, you know, the mom obviously does more work, but you're still super tired. You're like, holy crap, this is going to be a long time. But I don't think it's going to be this bad forever. Like, eventually they'll grow up and leave, get a job, support themselves. take care of me in my old age. Now they're just cute, though. AJ especially, like, as much trouble as he is, not that he's big trouble, but he's like, you know, speaking of trouble, he's just, you know, he's so much fun to be around at this age. And his rambunctiousness and craziness. Love that kid so much. Alright, Mothra, show me what you got. And I went back to work, so that was fun. A whole, like, weird thing where you're gone from work for almost 3 weeks, really. And I didn't think that 3 weeks was that long of a time, really, to be out of work. But I get there, and the second day I was back, like, they had me do the big manual labor stuff with throwing of the truck. And I was like, alright, I can do this. And I got in there, and it kicked my butt. Like, the day after that was so bad. I just, like, sat in my chair, and I was like, ow. I forgot how difficult this job is. So now I remember. Appreciate me. Appreciate what I do, people. It is not all fun and games. I should make a video of my work. Man, that'd get 0 hits. Come on, Mothra. You can do it. I like Mothra. She's kind of cool. She's the best flying kaiju ever. Although the kaiju from Pacific Rim and also the one from Godzilla are pretty sweet. I will give him that. Pew 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 pew. I mean, at the face of it, Mothra is kind of like, it's a giant moth. Who comes up with a giant moth? I mean, you know, the answer being the Japanese, obviously. But even then, it's like a weird thing to have in your movie as your giant, scary thing. And then, if I recall in the original movie, it wasn't even Mothra to start out with. It's like the giant egg and the larva. And the larva kind of hangs out for a while and then becomes Mothra. And they're like, what is this thing? We're like, we don't know! That was an odd movie. Godzilla movies are weird. I haven't seen any since I talked to you guys last. I have nothing left to say about that. I've got no new Godzilla knowledge to drop. I'm kind of on a... I want to get on like a Gamera kick eventually. I don't really watch that, like, any Gamera stuff. But I feel like he's underappreciated. I want to watch the new, like, reboot. I've seen a little bit of Gamera stuff, and his... I will say the puppeteering on Gamera is amazing. No. No. Yeah, get back. Wow. Gotta keep an eye on my health level. I do not want to lose this guy. Godzilla, you cannot die. Although I'm kind of to the point where I can get through without him, I guess. Since I beat all the monsters, I don't want to lose all my... whatchamacallit? Levels? Power? Like, I've leveled up at some point. Here. Boosh, boosh, boosh! No! This guy moves fast for such a big dude. Boosh, boosh. You must get great cable reception here with all these giant... No! Giant cable towers that I'm kicking the crap out of. You think that was what they did with them before? It was like they had the Dish Network. And they just retrofitted that to shoot electricity beams. We need your electricity beams, Dish Network. Wow, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't. Do not. No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Yes, yes, alright. I made it through. I can make it. Yes. Oh! Those laser beams were nasty. They did not like me with those laser beams. Yeah. I'm back. Godzilla's back. You can't take him. He will kick the crap out of you. You don't... No, yeah, you thought you were going to get me. You did not. Yay! Alright. Mothra! Mothra! Moving way down there. That's not fair. I'll beat you. What are these things even supposed to be? Yeah. Take that. This thing's just floating here. It doesn't have like an engine or anything. It's just hanging out in the air. Is this Flash Gordon all of a sudden? Oh my gosh, how awesome would that be? How awesome would Godzilla meets Flash Gordon be? I mean, well, Flash Gordon meets Godzilla because Godzilla is not, you know, like a person type thing. He's kind of like a person. I'm just imagining that would fit so well in the Flash Gordon sort of like pulpy sci-fi universe. People do not like ever talk that enough about how much George Lucas ripped off Flash Gordon, the original Flash Gordon, like the serials, the cool ones, not the dumb TV show, and not the... I've never seen the movie. Like, I've heard some people say good things about it, so maybe the movie's awesome, but the original serials are just crazy awesome. And you can watch those and instantly see, like, that's a thing they ripped off for Flash Gordon, that's a thing they ripped off for Flash Gordon, or for Star Wars is what I meant to say. I was listening recently to, there was a great, from the TED Radio Hour, the NPR, there was a great interview they were talking about originality. And one of the things they talked about with George Lucas was sort of the, you know, some stuff that he had, you know, borrowed from other places. And they didn't even mention the Flash Gordon thing. And one guy's like, well, yeah, Star Wars is the most original thing ever, basically, right? And I was like, are you dumb? Are you actually, like, mentally impaired somehow? Because that's obviously not the case. Star Wars ripped off everything else, just like Indiana Jones did. And that's not necessarily a criticism, right? Like, it's fine that it took all these other sort of disparate influences and said, okay, we're going to kind of take this craziness and elevate it to something, you know, more... not realistic, I guess, but make it grittier and cooler with modern special effects. Basically, I mean, really, when you get right down to it, Flash Gordon was almost, you know, a remake, or Star Wars was almost a remake of Flash Gordon. And, so, you know, there was other influences in there. Commando Cody, obviously, big one. What are you doing? What is even hitting me? It's important to acknowledge that. It's important to know, like, hey, guess what? They borrowed some stuff from, you know, these other sort of properties. You gotta know where you come from so you know where you're going, as they say. I've always liked that kind of 1930s campy, anything can happen sci-fi. I think that's part of the reason that, you know, Star Wars was such a success, was just that there was... We've kind of lost that. We've gotten into realism. We know what's possible now, right? Like, we know how, you know, difficult it is to go into space. We know about light speed. Everybody has all these sort of, like, this is how it has to happen. And so science fiction... Because there's more science now, there's less fiction. It's less fun, in my opinion. And back in the 30s, they didn't care. Just like, here's a rocket ship. And you're like, how do they fit that much fuel? And they're like, shut up, it goes to Mars. And you're like, okay. And it just happened, you know? Nobody worried about that stuff. So they just got these crazy, kind of over-the-top... It was almost like Doctor Who. Like, Doctor Who is really sort of the... where that kind of sci-fi is at today. Where anything can happen because we said so as the writers, and just shut up. And it's awesome. You know, it's really cool to have that kind of thing. I'd love to see that in... I really would love to see really a movie that rips off in a more direct way. Star Wars is has its own aesthetic at least, but something that rips off that aesthetic of the 1930s sci-fi really well. Like the, you know, the stereotypical cigar-shaped spaceships and the weird, like, you know, lion men from other planets. Basically, just remake Flash Gordon and don't try to update the look. Keep it in black and white. You know what? Let's just keep it in black and white, even. Let's just re-release Flash Gordon with some cool special effects. That'd be even better. Just, like, update the monsters and whatnot. I've spoken. That's what we're gonna do. Speaking of black and white, I recently had, or I think I read it on Reddit somewhere, that what is it called? The Mist. The movie The Mist, directed by Frank Darabont, who also did The Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption. He directed The Mist, also another Stephen King property, and he made it. He originally wanted to make the whole movie in black and white, and the studio's like, no, you gotta, like, stop with your hipster artsy thing. We're gonna make this with color, like every other movie. Shut up. We're giving you like $30 million to make your movie. You're not making it in black and white. So he's like, okay, fine. I'll do what you say. But he shot it in such a way that he could. What he was able to do is there's a director's cut on the special edition of the DVD that has the movie still in black and white. Like I guess the color process they used on the movie was shot in such a way that it's conducive to that conversion to black and white, and so that it looks good in black and white. And he did it. There's a black and white version of The Mist, and I started watching it. I haven't finished watching it, but I started watching it the other day, and it looks awesome. It looks so rad. Maybe I'm the art hipster type who's, you know, interested in that, and that's why I like it, but holy crap, does that ever look good. I just really wanted to, I don't know, like, what is it? I realized that I like color, you know, I'm fine with movies being in color, more or less. I don't generally, you know, think, well, let's go back to black and white, but there are some things, I think it's in the way, it almost, because old stuff was in black and white, there's this nostalgia factor that comes with it. Oh, come on, recharge. I gotta wait for an hour for this fire breath to recharge. Boosh! There we go. So I think that it's partly just because of the baggage that we get from, you know, from what we know about black and white movies already. And, you know, so there's some of that built-in bias when you watch a black and white movie, even if it's from modern times. But it's still, I don't know, there's something really cool about it. I don't know if it's just the bias. I hate this thing so much. Every time. God. I can't punch these guys. I have to wait for my fire breath to charge up every time. Finally, I got some health files at least. Every time! Look at this. This is annoying. It's just stalling. I can't punch him. I can punch him, but it doesn't do anything. So he just sits there blocking my way until there we go. Now I've moved. Okay, now I can move on. Not happy with your game mechanic, game. Not happy at all. And another one. And another one. Just sit there. Just sit there and take it. That's all you can do. Anyway, I'm really glad. I understand why the studio wouldn't want them to release it in color, but I'm really glad that they made it available for weirdos like me who likes that kind of thing. Because it looks awesome. And it feels like a sort of 40s, really well done 40s horror movie. Boosh, boosh, boosh! There we go. Finally, fireball. Godzilla's coming out on DVD, by the way, here pretty soon. Can't wait for that. And finally get to see that again. I should have gone to see it a second time in theaters. I kick myself every time I think about it. I'm a bad person for not seeing that in theaters second time. I saw 2 movies twice this year in theaters, and they were both Marvel movies. Which I didn't exactly plan on doing. I just ended up watching the, you know, first I started with Iron Man, or not Iron Man, Iron Captain of America. That dude, yeah. Captain America, I watched that one in theaters, and then my wife hadn't, like, I went by myself without my wife, and I liked it so much, I was like, Ashley, you gotta see Captain America. It's the bomb. Ah. I can't do anything. And then, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was reversed. We saw that together the first time, and the second time I was like, well, I've got a day I can go to the movies. There's nothing I want to see. I'm not going to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I have no interest in that. People worry about the reboot. I don't care about the changes they made in the reboot. I just don't care about that property at all. They're Ninja Turtles. I mean, think about those words without knowing what you know about them, like from your weird nostalgia. They're Ninja Turtles. It's a weird thing. I know. I have no childhood. There's something wrong with me. I also didn't grow up watching the Transformers movies, although those I am legit into. The new ones, I mean. Not because they're good, because they're not. But I like them anyway. I like bad movies sometimes. Just like, yeah, I get that there's issues with this. I was thinking about that, the Transformers movie. I thought, I don't remember. I saw the fourth one. I liked the fourth one. I thought it was fun. But I watched it and I was like, I have no idea what happened in that movie. I thought about it. I mean, I saw the movie all the way through. I could tell you events, like individual scenes and stuff, but I have no idea, like, this happened and then because of that, this happened, and it lacked sort of a, and it was just more of there and there's this scene, and then there's this scene, and then. Like, zero structure of any kind that was recognizable. There were things connecting scenes, kind of, sort of, but it didn't feel organic in any way. That movie had some problems. Let's just say that. That movie had some problems. I liked it, but it did. What is that? What is that sort of... I don't know. How do you... What do you do when you like a movie and you know that it's bad? Right? Like, you can't defend it. You can't say, no, it's good. And people are going to think bad of you. You talk about Transformers. I like Transformers. Like, what is wrong with you? You know, the sort of people who know what they're talking about with movies, the sort of film critic set, the movie snobs. Which I like movie snobs. I think of myself as a movie snob occasionally. But I don't know. You like what you like and you don't like what you don't like. Come on, let's get through this. We can get through this. I'm so close. I don't know if I'm close, actually. I wish Mothra had, like, more than 5 bars of health, because this sucks. If she hadn't died way back in, like, part 2 or whatever, I would be doing a lot better. Yes! I love that little chain reaction. Reminds me of Broforce. Broforce does that. Yes, 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 yes. Advance. Oh, finally. Alright. Godzilla, don't fail me now. Here we go. 2 more of these. Kick, kick. Yeah. Yeah, you know who's coming. It's Godzilla. He's coming to dinner. He does not like your jalapenos. He spits them back out onto the plate like a rude guy. What is wrong with you, Godzilla? Why are you so rude? Stomping mud all in the house. Stomping the house into the mud. Don't have Godzilla over for dinner, folks. He's not a nice guy. Boost, 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 boost! Yes! Yes, 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 yes. I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it. Are you feeling it? It feels good. Boost, boost. No, 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 no! Ha ha! There's another Godzilla game on the NES. I was looking forward to playing the SNES game because it looks cooler, but apparently I went to the local sort of nostalgia game shop that sells all your, you know, old NES, Nintendo 64 cartridges and all that, and I asked them, do you have, you know, the Godzilla game? And they're like, well, what we have is the other Godzilla game. And then I was like, there's another one? I have another one to play? So, well, I guess I'll eventually play that one when I get around to it. Getting through the level. Getting through the level. Alright. Oh, whew. Don't make that move. That was almost bad. I would have hated myself. Boosh, 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 boosh! Somehow, for some reason, it's easier to hit this stuff with Godzilla than with Mothra. Like, I guess because his punches are more powerful. Nope. Ah, yeah. You thought you were going to get me, but you didn't! As of the time of this recording, I've just finished watching a movie called The Holy Mountain, which is a film by a guy named Jodorowsky, who is kind of popular right now, at least in the popular consciousness, because of a movie called Jodorowsky's Dune. Man, that's a totally different movie. I would love to see him adapt a computer game. that would be awesome. But no, Jodorowsky originally wanted to adapt the famous sci-fi novel Dune by Frank Herbert, and it didn't work out. There was a whole bunch of drama. But they made a movie about all the drama that happened because he wasn't able to do it, and all the people that he got together to work on the movie, and kind of how he sort of discovered a lot of talent that went on to do big things in sci-fi later on. And so I was like, well, who is this Jodorowsky guy? I looked him up. I found films. I was like, he's actually made films. You know, people are kind of obsessing about this documentary. Like, yay! What about, you know, this movie that never got made? There are movies he shot that actually did get made. So I went to watch one, The Holy Mountain. Last week I saw the peanut butter solution for the podcast, which I won't go into too many details on that just because it's super weird. But this one is even weirder than the peanut butter solution was the weirdest movie I had seen on the podcast up until that point, and instantly top that with The Holy Mountain, because I don't know, this is the most sort of artsy movie you're ever gonna see. I'm out. Yes, I made it. Where are we going next? Yes, I will move to the next field. What happens if I don't? I just wander around out here? Anyway, if you are in for, like, Uranus, oh yeah, we're moving on to Uranus, people. If you're ever in for a head trip of a movie, I don't know, like, if you people do drugs or whatever. This is a small board. If you ever want a head trip of a movie, watch The Holy Mountain. It was painful. It was almost offensive in how weird it was. Like, it just attacked you with its weirdness and would not stop. But it took me like 3 or 4 viewings to finish that movie up. I have to fight all these guys. Alright, well, I'll do that next time. It's not a very big board, at least. I don't have to move all the way across. Till next time, Godzilla monsters, watch The Holy Mountain if you're man enough to take it, or woman enough. If you're just generally human enough to watch The Holy Mountain, do that. Okay, bye. Ah! No!